Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. The recording today is about a very important international message that I want to be able to carry across. And then what makes it international is the fact that it is a club that, for example, in the United States, in China, in Czechoslovakia, in Russia, in Nigeria, in southern Nigeria, which is what I call the western, the southwest, the midwest, and the southeast, do tolerate some consumption of alcoholic beverage. Their tolerance is what I am very much aware that the tolerance is not like, for example, Mothers Against Drunk Driving in America will not be happy with the message like this, where people are getting imbibed like basket and shaking like Father Shakespeare. Oh me, you go. Oh me, you go. Eriwa, won para wa o, emi oko. Emi oko. Emi oko. Eriwa, won para wa o, emi oko. So my recording today is directed towards my fellow kegites, my fellow pabit, my fellow palm wine drinkers club, the SYZ comrades. I'm directing the message to them because I have just written a book, and the book that I've written 2 books. I'm not supposed to even go to primary school, let me just say that. But I managed to be able to pull that off. And I went back into the University of Ife under the School of Agriculture. I was able to pull that off. And I went straight into WIU, and I was able to pull that off. And I went back again to what they call a liberal arts institution called DeVry, and I was able to pull that off. That DeVry is the most important part of the whole thing, because that ended up my career and life planning in terms of how I was going to be able to move forward in terms of what you call my career and life planning. Let me say that, let me quickly digress and turn up this light that will give me some more power in terms of what you call the brightness of this recording. So today, I am piggybacking on the issue that, one, there is a need to be able to have what you call an international galore from Azimi Koko, which is the protagonist for the Dream Beyond Borders. Dreams Beyond Border, turning vision into reality. If you want to be able to make Nigeria work during our lifetime, all these preachings that you are hearing from will be saying education, healthcare, poverty, job insecurity, those are stomach infrastructure. He may not want to say that, like Agbado, Daron, Comrado, Daron. Let me quickly say one thing, and I want to be able to close that out by saying that no matter what I am saying here, the only thing that's going to matter is that I am going to try and turn the kegites, flip it upside down, because of the fact that women are being marginalized by the hierarchy from those who are the founders of PAMIT, where a woman is not the chief as we speak. I will be forming my own Ilia. And my Ilia is going to be under the University of Azimi Koko, and I will be making women going forward as the only chief, not men. That's dope. That's very, 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 very dope, as you may have. Listen with me. want to hold hands with me. That's the first important thing. Then the second important message I want to carry across today is that Kegites is international in the sense that the southern part of Nigeria happen to have embraced that. And what they were saying when I was in it was very straightforward. They wanted to flip the narrative of the African traditional religion or African traditional religion into what you call an African religion. And when they were flipping that coins, all they wanted to do was singing, and all their songs were anti the establishments of those who made us dirty. They done us dirty so bad that they made our women who were Erede Lokpoko Yeye, who was the chief, who was the omnipotent, omnipresent, and the marginalizer. They did not just do that. They went ahead and not only making her marginalizer. No woman in Nigeria has been a president. In Nigeria context, this men war needs to stop. And I am going to either flip the Kegites upside down, where women will now become the chief. Because most of the time when you are in the Kegites, you are not, your brain is matured. Because I read a message from Ode George saying that he was 42 when he was the governor of Ondo State. This one was 32 when he was, Gowon was 32. Nahoro was so age. This one was so age. Those things are the stupidest thing that I could have had. Because all those useful exuberance, which is part of what you call the Kegite, when I was in it, I was conscious of the fact that I wanted to make something work out of the Kegite by embracing the message. But I was getting drunk. And not only that, I was in a 2-year college, even though I did science class, and I was able to, in 2 years you are gone. If you are coming in as a Kegite into University of Ife and you are there for 4 years to get a bachelor's degree, or maybe you might even spend 6 years there because you have to do the prelim, because you are coming from the secondary school. You're coming from the secondary school. So, in actual fact, what I'm trying to say here now is that age, which I also find out yesterday, and I'm bringing that up now, is that there was a girl who was saying that, who went off on another of her friend, telling her friend that you married an older person. I've never been married. I never had children. I've never had any I've never been in any committed relationship. The reason why I've never done that, I've never done it is because I had a birth defect that I never knew I had. But because of my good behavior, I was able to be everything to everybody, and everybody loved me, and I love everybody. But I was pained by that decision until the point where I instituted a lot of hard work because I was on the go, because my attention deficit disorder was exacerbated by the hunch in my back, which is a birth defect. So I am now, if you look at all my videos, which has a lot of depth to it, my videos are not the ordinary video out there where people are trying to sell gadgets or trying to sell how they were able to make it, whereas a lot of people are doing a lot of things that are dope out there to be able to get to the level. I'm doing the same dope thing too, because I just recorded a video about the prosecution order, which I was part of when I was growing up. So today's recording is directed towards how the Kegites needs to start dipping their hands into the pocket and go buy my book, buy my 2 books on how to make Nigeria work during our lifetime, which is the tagline for me. My plan was to make a woman a president, but I don't think that's not feasible. What is feasible is to support Obi as a as to become the Alpha and Omega and see whether he wins. I am aware that Asiwaju is currently coasting into his second term. The reason why he's coasting the second term is because Nigeria is not ideology, has no ideology. There was a throw together of two religions. Marginalizing women, use a lot of what you call destruction of coal, which is cannon, which is what you call guns, and went in and marginalized women who were degraded and treated, went ahead and did imperialism, colonialism, and before that they already had maybe 500 or million years ago where we went to go and populate the world and they started calling us monkeys. So I have enumerated a lot of stuff, and I'm also saying too that women, youth needs to be resurrected to where they can now become, they can take everything in question. I also read about how 10 politicians are billionaires. What I took away from that article was these people are having what we call a security details around themselves. Whether it is Obasanjo, whether it is what do you call him, Wike, whether it is Asiwaju. In Asiwaju's case, they describe him as having what you call a lot of real estate, and they also tell us that he had a lot of oil rights, which I already knew, because one of the senators said he has almost 17 rigs. These are people who are mobilizing to make sure that poverty stays, and they don't have no idea to go after those who are marginalizing or to call out the Amajura who are having children and want Allah to take up, or to come down to the south. I've just been told that a lot of, almost like 15 parishes have closed down in Benue because of the fact that there were a lot of killings. 234 070 62. Let me back 234 070 62 070 33 62 7981. Let me clean that up again. Call it little by little. 234 is the Nigerian code. You don't have to have 0 before you put 7, but you can just say 70 33 62 7981. You can send me a message at Azimi Koko 5@gmail.com. Azimi, which is AZIMIKOKO 5@gmail.com. Let me quickly stop there. Thank you for your support. Bottles and James. We thank you for your purchase.